All right, it's the last time we're doing this for a little while. This time we're going to be doing the ranking of the leadership, it's the last ones, and then we're going to be going through our favorites as chosen by a thing David found on.
It's a thing that the Marvel Champions community has been kind of rallying around for a while. So,
Okay, but we'll get through that. We're going to be ranking. David, would you like to give us the definition of strong?
uh, so strong is what everybody on the internet objectively agrees are the best cards in the game with no objections.
So you don't play sidekick. There shouldn't be any side schemes on here at all. Then
The side schemes are great. If you don't run side schemes, you're playing the game wrong.
okay, I just wanted to get you on the oxymoron at the very beginning. All right.
Oscar needed that on paper again.
I have said it in every one of these ranking videos so far.
Oh, that is the hill you choose to die on. You go for it. All right. So our first card is Maria Hill. Who had Maria Hill?
I think all of us.
Oscar, the better question is who didn't have Maria Hill?
I don't think she is. David says it's great though. Even though it's on all of our lists, I still don't think it's like the strongest card here.
That's false.
Fight.
So I mean, it is like this was a core box ally. This came in the original set, and it is still like if you throw this in a deck, it belongs there. It can go in any leadership deck. It fits well in any leadership deck, especially if you're playing with more than one person. It's like cool. You're paying two free resources for everybody. It's it it belongs in David's. That's great, and we can hate it for the fact that it belongs to David's. That it's great.
It's just yeah, sure, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Blep it. It's just like annoying. It's just an annoying card. It does a thing. It thwarts two. It says thwart two, draw a card, and block attack.
Yeah,
Like
for which if this card costs three resources, I would say it was balanced. The fact that it's two,
yeah,
it's just busted.
yeah. You'd say it's one resource with a thwart and a block.
Yeah,
Because drawing cards is just inherently good.
Especially when your
unless you're
resource
playing
is
in like
current.
4-player multiplayer, and then it's like, oh, someone's paying two to let everyone on the table draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Flee!
Yeah.
Let me borrow y'all's cost reducers real quick. And Maria Hill for free.
And for free.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's staying there for now. Hate it so much. This card, I need an errata. Like it is one of the most broken cards in multiplayer. Now, I think there are arguments that this card falls off more in single player, but it just like it still does. All right.
It's still good.
Now we have make the call.
That was mine. Well, zero cost, pay the printed cost of an ally in any player's discard pile, and then you can steal it. That's kind of my favorite part. You don't give it to that player, you just take their ally till you kill it again. It's a little situational, obviously, especially if none of your other buddies are playing allies, but obviously it still works for yourself.
Okay. So
Yeah.
my comment with the new game mode that's coming out, where it's PvEVP.
That's too many singular letters.
David, where it's like team versus team.
Yeah.
Could I steal somebody's ally out of somebody the other team's stuff?
So the fact that we don't have rules, we don't know the full rules for that. Right now, based on the cards we have seen, it refers to so a lot of their cards refer to your team and enemy team, I think. So for this, they're probably going to update the rules. So rules as written, yes, I think you could steal an enemy's ally because it is another player, but I think they're going to offer a ruling on what you can interact with.
Okay, so I think we just use it as is. We ignored the new thing coming out in the future for this card specifically. Uh, where do you think it goes, Luke?
Personally, I think maybe high A, maybe low S once S starts filling out. I don't think it's not every deck's gonna run it, but I think it's a good little add-on, especially if you're running an ally heavy deck, seeing how it's leadership. So I would feel safe putting it in A right now.
I can agree with that, David.
Yeah, I was thinking high A, low S because since it pulls from discard, there's a lot of really cool interaction you get from that. But then there's a lot of cards it's like you have to enter from hand, and so it kind of like miss out on that kind of stuff. But like it's still a solid pick.
I think it's put in like Voltron decks where you need to get a character out and something happens and you lose them, just so you can go back and make sure you have them. But like it's a card that you put in the deck as filler toward the end.
Unless you're running Maria Hill Recursion, where you throw her away and then make the call for the
Hey,
next turn to get her back out.
Get it back out. See?
So you mean pay 3 for her, essentially.
Yeah, but she's still worth it in multiplayer.
See, now you're trying to rank this card based on another card. No.
That is how it works. Interactions, combos.
Inspired.
Speaking of interactions, attach ally against 1 thwart and 1 attack. Solid little upgrade. Thwart and attack. Especially in leadership where you can restand your allies. I like it, obviously. A little bit redundancy. But if you don't even really have to build around this card, you can just throw it in your deck with whatever allies, and it's just going to be a good little boost to anything that's happening, especially for a 1 cost.
I think it's like an A, potentially below make the call, but it's still good. I don't think this belongs in any deck. I think it thrives best in ones where you are trying to like make the most of either burning through your allies or you're running allies that are very good at sticking around.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's right below make the call. I feel like it needs specific decks. It wants the Voltron or sticky allies. It doesn't want. It doesn't work with the discard deck, so it make the call kind of function similar. They do the opposite thing, but they're in the similar decks or opposite decks. Or make the call is on the side of I want to get rid of this and get it back. Inspired is that I want to keep it around.
Mm-hmm.
Team training.
I know I had that one. Very simply, it is 2 cost support. Play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Each ally you control gets +1 hit points. This is a boring Mario ass card, but it's good. I think you kind of need to play it in ones where you're either, decks where you're obviously trying to get out lots of allies, either ally swarm or just playing them pretty consistently every single turn. Because, like, at worst, this is one extra activation from each of your allies. At best, it's potentially eating, an attack and surviving that it wouldn't normally have survived. I would probably rank it like, about the same place, make the call, like low S, high A-ish.
I think it's
Because
above Inspired, just because that +1 hit point. But I think Inspired and Team Training really do work well off of each other. Like that's just a good static buff. Even though Team Training hits the field, affects the entire field. I think that's why it's just above Inspired.
You have any thoughts on it, Oscar?
I'm fine with that. There's nothing crazy. The 2 costs is what makes it kind of because it's half your hand gone.
Yeah. But you can run like 3 of these and just hand them out to the players. I've never once done that, but
But what's your efficiency with that though? Like how many times are you gonna have players out like unless you're like, hey buddies, we're all gonna run allies. It kind of is undervalue
100%. It's not great. Like they kind of have to have at least one or two allies that's worth the extra activation. Um,
Yeah, and it has to be the right allies, because if it's a 2 or 3 consequential damage ally, then it's a different story.
Potentially it still gives them extra hit on the two consequential, but yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, we're okay with A on that one?
Yeah.
All right. I have Iron Man. I don't think y'all put Iron Man. I did. Iron Man's a 4 cost, 2 thwart, 2 attack for 3 life. He just reduces the cost of upgrades put on him. So you stack him high, stack him big, he swings in. You can give him Sky Cycle. He has access to the Avengers support. I don't understand why they did not make him aerial, but they didn't. So, even though he's flying in the picture makes me it's aggravating. He's not in David Says great because of that alone. I think he's a S tier ally. I think he's one of the allies that, like, you can see a lot in leadership if somebody's going to play almost anything with attachments in it.
Because of the attachments thing, that makes me lean more towards A, just because if you like, he is worthless if you're not running an attachments deck. He's still good. He don't get me wrong. I played a whole campaign as Rocket where he was my key figure in the game. It was great. I like him. But I don't know if he's S. I don't know.
It's one of them build around allies, you know. You don't throw him in. If you're gonna throw him in, you got to think about him.
Well, where in A are you going to put him then?
I'll let him make the call.
This is going to be a rough one, y'all. Everything's just going to be A tier because it just combos with something else, and not a lot of it stands out. Or we just have a lot of the ones that nobody can really agree on early on. Call for aid.
Who chose this one?
I'm guessing it had to have been Oscar.
I don't think it was mine.
You put this one in instead of call for backup earlier.
Is that what it was?
I think so.
Well, let's put it on here somewhere.
David doesn't get it.
Yep, there we go. There's another card that does the exact same thing, except it isn't restricted. All right, Adam Warlock. I know David had this one.
Yes, this is fine. Adam Warlock. I love Adam Warlock in all his forms. This one is a 3 cost ally, aerial and mystic, 3 health, 1 attack, 1 thwart. And response, after he attacks or thwarts, discard a card at random from your hand. If that card's printed resource has something, it has different effects. If it's a fist, remove 3 through a scheme. If it's a lightning bolt, heal 3 from an identity. If it's a science, deal 3 damage to the enemy. And if it's a wild, you get to choose which one it is. Adam Warlock, I think is an incredibly powerful because of his versatility. Your basic activations, like, on their own, nothing flashy, but when you play him, it's like, cool. If you look at what you want to do in your turn, it's like, oh, cool. I guess I can get 3 extra thwart this turn, or I can get 3 extra damage this turn, or I guess I can heal this turn. I'm gonna hold on to this one. It's not hard to play around him, which is why I think he's an S. Maybe high S. I personally want to say David said it's not great, despite I think it's great. But
I think it can go up 1 level, mainly just because he's a 3 cost. You know, like if he was a 4 cost, be kind of expensive. But like you said, just the fact that you can play around with his ability, like use some cards in your hand, so you can that random card, you know what it's gonna be, and 3 threat, 3 damage, or deal 3 damage. Heal 3 damage or deal 3 damage. I mean, like, those are all solid above rate numbers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or at least on rate.
I'm okay with him in S for now. He'll be a first S ally. Next up, we got the Beta Ray Bill. the one and only. 3 attack, 1 thwart, costs 5. 4 health. When he attacks and defeats a minion, remove 2 threat from from the main scheme. He does all the things. He attacks. So he is paid 5, 12 damage minimum. If he kills a minion, you just get bonuses on top of that. You get the remove threat with it. So it's kind of like Adam, where you get your base benefit from. Unlike Adam, where you have to play around him to get things. When you play Beta Ray Bill, you're gonna get your 12 damage out of him, and then you can also get thwart on top of that. And 5 for 12, in my opinion, is a pretty decent rate as a floor.
Yeah, or 9 and then eats an attack is still great. Like, I want to play him more, but that 5 is such a huge hurdle. I love him being an S though. I like Beta Rebel is incredible.
Well, if you're gonna play leadership big boys, he's a go-to. He is strong, and even if you're just playing discard him, that 5 cost with some of the other cards that you discard them and they deal damage equal to their value. He has a 5 value, so it's cost, yes, but remember, leadership, there are some things that make your cost a benefit.
Mm-hmm. He's Asgard or Avenger. I can't read it, but I think he's Asgard.
He's Asgard. Unfortunately, he's not an Avenger. I think that might actually break him if he could swing twice in a turn. Sky Cycle without having to do extra stuff.
And then you could call for aid him, get him out for free.
Exactly. See?
That's probably the exact reason why he's not.
Yeah. Though Thor can sneak attack him for Thor and Valkyrie.
Yeah. I think I'm cool with S. Him and Adam, I think, are kind of next to each other. They do similar things, and they go different ways about doing that thing.
Yeah, they're both space dudes.
They both end up having about the same cost too, because you're having to
discard for Adam.
Extra. Yeah.
Okay. Blaze of Glory. This one's also me. This is a build around card. This is in here because of one specific hero, but it kind of spreads out to Star-Lord and Nova. Nova's literally on the card for a reason. Match once per round, each Guardian character gets +2 thwart, +2 attack. At the end of the phase, they get 1 damage. This goes nuts with Nova. Just, it does. And Star-Lord makes everything a Guardian, so it goes nuts with him. This is a card that if you're playing a Guardians leadership deck, this is being put in it. It doesn't matter if you're playing discard allies. It doesn't matter if you're playing big bulky allies that you're making into Guardians. It doesn't matter if you're playing Adam Warlock and I'm playing all 4 of the different Guardians from all the different colors. I think this gets shoved in the deck. I think this would be the potential of a S that is a build around, but I think it's low S.
I won't fight you on that, but I do want to put one asterisk on it. Do we need to play a game where we can make Nova an honorary Guardian so you can actually play this card as Nova? Nova is a champion.
Is he a champion? Doesn't matter.
He's a champion. But yeah, still, we need to make Nova play a game where we make Nova an honorary Guardian, and then you can play leadership Nova and swing for 4.
It makes no sense for Nova not to be... anyway, I get confused on the typing on Guardian and Champion half the time. I completely thought about this wrong. This bullcrap, his face is on the card. Like, I call bullcrap. But it doesn't matter. It's still Star-Lord and any other Guardian, this goes in the deck with them.
I think it's because that's Nova Prime, not our Nova.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, even better. Put it in any Rocket likes this card. Drax likes this card. Of course,
Drax loves this card.
Yeah. It still goes well with any Guardian. Even though... Anyway. I think it's S tier. I still do. I'm standing on this hill.
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, this is super solid.
All right. No, we'll save that till no. Luke, we'll do one of yours. Effective leadership.
Ooh, one of mine. Well, it's a resource. I am the resource guy. When you spend this to play an ally, that ally gets 1 thwart and 1 attack until end of phase. It kind of sucks that, it's not till, it's not static, it's not forever, but seeing how it's a wild resource and you can use this to call out, I don't know, Maria Hill, can't use make the call with it. But, I have a feeling, seeing how if it's leadership and you're running allies, running 1 or 2 of these isn't going to be a bad idea. I don't think it's S rank since it is a resource per se, but I think it's a solid A for sure.
I think solid is good. I think that I don't play this card much. The decks I do play it in are ones where I'm either running command team or the I have other ways to ready them back up, and then it works wonders.
Next up, we have Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh, good movie.
David, do you have this one, or was it just me?
I do not think it was me.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not me.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy, I know I put it on here. It's not a Guardian. It's not because it's a Guardian card. It's because it's the team card. And, like, all the team cards are just good. Even the ones that people say are bad. The team cards are good. Guardian specifically is just because when you're playing all those attachments, it lets you draw cards. So it just, to me, it's the strongest one. But this is taking like the place of all the other team cards, the Uncanny X-Men, Uncanny X-Force. What's the other ones?
I can't remember.
There's a couple others.
There's Ariel. There's an Avengers one.
Yeah. I think they're all like low S, like they're S tier. If not, David said it's not great because like the team cards, if you're building with that aspect, any of those aspects, you're putting that in the deck.
So I will asterisk this and say I don't think it should. So if you're using this as a placeholder for team cards in general, I think sure. I'll give you David's. That's not great. Guardians of the Galaxy, honestly, I think is the worst one.
Okay,
I do love this one. I think this is the worst one of them.
you're wrong, but okay.
Well, so my argument is solely because it says when you put it gains a response when you put an upgrade on an ally, draw a card. If you're not playing Voltron allies, it's pointless.
Oh no, this Guardians of the Galaxy specifically is for Adam Warlock, where you play every attachment you can that's cheap, Mystic Spell, and you roll that you don't hit the troll.
Well, I ran this one in my Rocket Iron Man deck, and like it was amazing because Iron Man means all the upgrades I put on were 0 cost, and every time I put an upgrade on them, I get to draw a card. It was lots of fun. But I think
to add on to that, since the stipulation is if each of your characters has the Guardian trait, so doesn't that mean your hero has to have the Guardian trait as well?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So in other words, yeah, if you're not playing a Guardian hero, you gotta build around it. Gotta give everything Guardian.
But there's one for every like most of the popular traits have a team card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best was probably Mighty Avengers, followed by Uncanny X-Men. But like, yeah,
We have different tastes.
Well, yeah,
Uncanny X-Force by far.
It's a little more niche. It's okay.
So,
unless I'm forgetting an aspect of it. But so this is just a representative. This is a placeholder. I'll agree, David, that's not great.
Okay. Because like I really want those cards to be represented on here because those do affect leadership decks across the board. If you're playing Voltron, typically you have a Guardians of the a team card that might help you. You might not put it in the deck, but it's something worth considering. And if you're playing a go wide strategy, it's definitely something worth considering. All right. I'm going to do another one of mine. So we're going to go with him.
Cool. That's mine. 4-cost ally, 2 thwart, 3 attack, 4 health. After M enters play, defeat a minion with fewer remaining hit points than M. I kind of like her just because if you've been waylaying on a minion for a hot minute, pop her out, and it's practically just an instant kill. Her 4 cost is a little high, but seeing how she's got 2 thwart, 3 attack, and 4 health, I think that kind of evens it out a tad bit, even if that consequential is 2 damage. So probably, obviously, not like the best of allies, but I think she's a decent little pick.
I think what makes her extra powerful is the fact that her ability doesn't say non-elite minion like a lot of those cards do. It just says minion. So you could knock out some heavy hitters with this with Ilm.
I would also like to point out that this also gets around tough.
It does.
A lot of the smaller annoying minions get tough. She doesn't care about tough. She doesn't deal damage. She just defeats them.
Yeah.
She does defeat. She doesn't discard, which is also another relevant thing. So she triggers like Hall of Heroes.
No.
No?
Hall of Heroes. Hall of Heroes specifies you, the hero.
Never mind.
Allies don't count for it. But yeah.
It still triggers defeat.
It still triggers defeat stuff.
Yeah. Where do you think this goes, Luke? Your card?
Think low S, to be honest. I think she deserves to be a little bit higher than A, even with her high cost. So I would say low S.
I would say above Blaze of Glory.
I would say David said it's not great.
Ooh.
Really?
She's just so flexible. And if you read it right, she reads, I defeated a minion, thwart 2, thwart 2, thwart 2, attack for 3.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot. She has a lot of value for 4.
She's a lot for 4. That is 100% true.
So, do we want to put her top of S then? That's kind of in the middle. Because I think Luke said low A, you said above Blaze, and David said it's not great.
Yeah, I really like this ally spread. I want to build a deck with these ones.
I mean, this is just your Maria Hill Cersei deck, just with different allies.
Yeah, it's me running it in leadership instead of aggression.
Let's go with something newer. Let's do Hugin and Munin.
Okay, Hugin and Munin. Hugin and Munin is a 2-cost ally with 3 traits, which I'll bring up, but I'm not going to dwell on it. 2 health, 1 attack, 1 thwart, aerial Asgard bird, and response. After Hugin and Munin interplay, search the top 10 cards of the encounter deck for minion and put it into play engage with you. Ready 1 character you control for each icon, star, or boost in that minion's boost area. So, first thing we talk about is, very briefly, Strength and Diversity. It's a newer card. It gets more powerful the more traits you have out on the field across all players. This 2-cost card is 3 of those, which is really good. The other part is this can ready between 2 and 4 characters you control for 2 cost.
Yeah, because you're looking at top 10, so the 2 is reliable. If you hit a minion, that's the other thing.
If you hit a minion, so yeah, if you're running lower minion counts, or you've already, like, if someone else is playing minion hunter stuff, you may be a little less likely to hit it, but like it's still like 10 cards is pretty okay to hit at least 1 minion.
Yeah, you're looking at a third of the deck most of the time, and you'll know whether or not, like, from the discard, if there was one in there.
Yeah, you can have an idea. I think it's a David said it's not great. It's a newer card. It needs to be, like, really, really put through its paces. But the fact that it's only 2 cost, it can ready your hero and allies back up for the low cost of having to deal with a minion is He's incredible value.
Luke, your opinion?
I think so. With that flexibility, with all those traits, it definitely opens it up more to than just, one or two heroes.
Well, yeah, and this also goes in that sneak attack deck with Beta Ray Bill and Thor. This goes in Angel because it's aerial. Like if you're doing and then it's a bird, so it goes with Falcon. Falcon cares about birds.
And it goes with Doctor Strange because that readies Doctor Strange and Wong back up to let you go through your invocation deck faster.
Yeah,
This goes well with
this
X-23 because her and her ally get ready back up, and
it's really flexible because it has so many keywords. It's ridiculous. So, Human Union, I think David said it's not great for now, and then we'll play around with it. We'll put it above the team's cards, though. All right. Next, we have Sidekick. I think this is low S, high A, mainly because this is if you want to play a hero and you want to play them with their sidekick, this is what you do. Like 9 times out of 10, this is the I want to play with my pet. This is my ally. Meet my ally. Have fun.
8 times out of 10.
Just because Adam Warlock has the dispensable ally.
There are a handful of heroes this is amazing in, and Adam Warlock, Miss Marvel, a couple other ones. It's a huge stinker in, but in general,
yeah,
it's good. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, almost anybody else. The one with the champion with the Hulk ripoff. I can't remember his name.
Ironheart and Braun.
Yeah, it's really fun. I think it just makes your sidekick deck. Yeah, that's it. I think it's low S. I think it's the card that makes an entire deck possible.
It is an archetype unto itself. The fact that it lets you do this thing that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do.
Yeah, and you don't put it in any other decks. I don't think it's like up there in the upper echelons, but I think S is fine. I think that's kind of where it lives.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's go Mutant Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem is mine. So Mutant Mayhem is a 3-cost event with Alliance, which means if you're playing multiplayer, other people can help you pay for it. Hero action: choose an X-Force ally and an X-Men ally and return them to their owner's hands. Then, those players play those allies, ignoring their resource costs. So, because it specifies X-Men and X-Force, that would put it in A, I think, but because of the card Children of the Atom, which makes all X-Men, X-Force, X-Factor, X-Men, X-Force, and X-Factor, it probably puts it in S because it opens up its versatility a lot more. And, this lets you bounce M for more minion removal and healing. This lets you beast to, get resources in your hand. And the fact that it works well in multiplayer, I think puts it in an S for me. If not higher. I want to say David says not great. I think that would be a controversial decision, though.
I just it is only played in the Children of the Atom decks.
It predates Children of the Atom.
I know, but
it was more niche to play then. Children of the Atom allows you to.
I think Children of the Atom allows it to be on the list more. I think low S is where the home should be. I think S, maybe I think it and Sidekick are kind of there. They make a thing possible.
Yeah.
They make spamming mutant a thing. Because you say M, I'm not thinking M. I'm thinking about Beak. I'm thinking about
yeah.
Because that's what I would do. Is I would
only reference M because she's here. But Beak, Triage, Cyclops.
Yeah, I think it's really strong. I just think it's something you have to build completely around.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because of sort of existential Adam, it's S, not A.
Yeah, agreed. Luke.
I think so. Especially like you said, you got to build around and play around it. But once this pops off, you're going to be doing some damage on the board, whether to threat, villain, helping the team out. So I think S is fair.
Next up, summoning spell. Don't did either of y'all have this, or was it just me?
I had it.
I did not.
Okay, I'll read it. Summoning spell is 2 costs. It can only be put in Mystic decks. You can only have one of these in your Mystic deck. If it's limited, it's good. It's a hero action. You discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an ally. Put the ally into play under your control. This goes into what is it, like 5 characters or Mystic?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
But what this goes into breaks the things it goes into, like in those leadership decks, because you can run just one ally and guarantee you're going to get, well, that ally each time. So, like, if you want to guarantee you're going to get Wong with Strange, this will get you there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to make the call if Wong dies or you get rid of him. This also combo card with like Digging Deep and similar effects that put things back into your hand. And most Mystic spells just want to mill as much as possible. But I think this is like David said, it's not great, even though it's only Mystic, but you can run this with like Beta Ray Bill, you can run it with M, you can run it with any hero, any ally. It doesn't matter. But you're discarding cards in addition to the 2, so you get that encounter card quicker. But you can cheat out some crazy things with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, my instinct would be to put it. David said it's great, just because it is just one of the best leadership events in the entire game. But I guess David said it's not great because it is Mystic only.
Yeah, I think the lock behind Mystic is probably what drops it down 1. But yeah, start playing those big old allies, as long as you're not discarding your deck to dish out some encounter cards.
So I'm looking at a deck that's maybe like Magic with M and Adam Warlock, Beta Ray Bill, Summoning Spell.
Oh, the classics and the greats.
See, the Adam Warlock hero and summoning spell just feels really great if you can get the his support that when your deck runs out, you can essentially get a revive.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so like it just makes him work so much better. And then you just run one or 2 heroes. You run 2 heroes, so that way you get trollless. And you can just get out a big hero. You can get the Beta Ray Bill. You can get any card you want because he can have any. Yeah, because this gets around paying the costs.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing a goofy Warlock deck after this. Anyway, I think we're good there. Let's do regroup. Who had it?
That was me. I'm surprised none of y'all had it. Whoopsies. 1 cost support. When an ally is defeated by an enemy attack, return it to its owner's hand instead of discarding it. This is just a good way to kamikaze your soldiers and then deploy them out within the same day. They don't know, but it's nice for you, especially because in multiplayer, this is a blanket effect for everyone. So if you got to swing big or defend hard, this is just a really solid 1 cost card to just fill up your hand to either use it for pitch resources or to get out those allies again.
Yeah, the only reason this wasn't on my list is because my list was already, we can only pick 8, and the list is already really tight with all these other stuff. But like regrouping multiplayer is so incredible, especially it's like, oh, we have a field full of minions. We know we're about to eat 8 attacks this turn. Let's just throw all our allies in front of it and get a bunch of refreshes on them.
I think regroup is up at the top.
Like David said, it's not great, or top of S,
or like top of S, yeah.
Like David said, it's not great.
I could agree with David.
Because it kind of goes in anything. It saves you if you're fixing to get screwed.
It's it's the one cost. Like if it was 2 costs, I think I still probably would have chosen it, but it probably wouldn't be that high. But for a single card to get out, to get back, 2, 3, even just one ally, I think that's a decent trade off, especially because it doesn't cost like there's no requirement other than defeated by an enemy attack.
I think it's just a
Like
better
it's-
make the call because you're doing it in response. You're not like it's going to your hand. You get more options with it. Because make the call, you play the next turn to get one ally back. While this is you're playing before to pop it. So they kind of serve a similar function. But regroup is a table effect and affects multiple things without a cost after you pay its initial. So yeah.
Yeah. You play this, it's like, oh, I guess I'll block this ally I wouldn't otherwise block with because I'm gonna get it back to my hand. It's fine.
Yeah, and there's allies you don't want to keep around. I want to discard my allies decks. This is amazing. In every other deck, it's a good card. You might want to put it in there as filler, but it's still going to do a job. This goes in before some of these other cards in A go in, unless you're doing a specific thing. So yeah. Next up, we have Mission Leader.
I had this one. Did anyone else have this one?
I did not.
I did.
So Mission Leader is a 2-cost upgrade. It's a title. You get to reduce the cost by 1 if you are playing as a soldier. Hero response. After a side scheme is defeated, exhaust Mission Leader, each player draws a card. This is okay in solo. This is a must-have, I think, if you're running leadership in multiplayer. The fact that it only requires you to be in hero, and then everyone gets to draw a card is incredible. It doesn't require you to defeat the side scheme. It's just when it's defeated, as long as you're in hero, everybody draws a card. It is, if you can get this out turn 2 or 3, this is a incredible card.
Yeah, after that, it just starts paying for yourself.
Yeah.
It's David says it's great all day long, right next to Marie Hill. Like I don't think we're gonna argue that one.
Yeah, like I will include this in solo decks I play, and whatever I do write up is like, come at me. Like I love this card. I'm gonna include it in solo, even though it's not as cost efficient as Skilled Investigator, but like it's a great card.
Oh, in some decks it's just a 1. Yeah. All right, I think we agree there. Next up, Side by Side. This one is mine as well. This is like down here, but I just wanted to point out like this is the other sidekick card. If you're playing sidekick, you're playing this. It's auto included just about every time.
Yeah.
It's pay 2, ready to. It's pay 2, ready to. You get a buff or a heal.
Yeah,
I think it sits at A. I think it's really good. It's just limited because of where you can play it.
Mm-hmm.
Any arguments?
I think low A is where it belongs since it's reliant on an S tier card to even play. But it's useful.
Well, in my opinion, this card should really be all the way up here almost, but keeping the peace. Command team. Nobody command team. I put command team. This goes in almost any leadership deck as a filler card. I think this is high A. I think it's like make the callish, mainly because it lets you re-ready your people, so you can get those effects out like immediately instead of having to wait. And Voltron, it's getting your bigger hits sooner, or it's getting exhaust effects off multiple times in a turn. It's not unique, so you can have multiple of it, and it's only a 2 cost.
Yeah, I think high is a good place for it because like it's useful. It's versatile. Like this gets around, helps you get around stuns confused because you can exhaust your stunned character and then ready them back up and actually swing with them. This lets you, especially in your decks where you're trying to burn through your allies as fast as possible, like getting extra ready and an extra attack or thwart each turn is definitely worth it.
I think so, especially with it being a 2 cost for 3 counters. That's a solid little ratio to work with.
It's also a shield, so Maria can abuse it.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, the Cersei.
Speaking of Maria Hill, 6 cost support, shield vehicle, exhaust the Cersei's, remove one of the 2 counters on it, choose a player. That player puts an ally into play from their hand. So face value, 6 costs to get out 2 allies. Depending on how high the allies are, could be seen as a good or bad ratio. But if we were to pair it with Miss Maria Hill, who's leading the charge right now, this is just solid. Especially when you get it out turn 0, and Miss Hill is just nice and be like, all right, who needs an ally out of their hand for free? I think with her, it's a solid S, but I think just by itself, it's probably like mid to low A, to be honest, just because of that 6 cost that it has.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that because Maria makes it amazing on its own. It's it's good. It's useful.
It's unplayable on its own unless you have a resource generator or a resource card.
Which isn't hard.
I'm just saying, like it's an entire turn,
Yes,
and
yes.
you have to be an alter ego plus have extra resource to
Nope.
play it.
Nope. You don't have to be an alter ego.
See, how are you going to get 7 cards in your hand, Boo Boo?
Try harder.
Yeah. Use draw cards.
Get good. But like this is playing a Beta Ray Bill twice.
But I could have just played Beta Ray Bill twice.
No, you couldn't have.
Yeah, how you gonna pay 10 compared to 6?
I had to pitch Beta Ray Bill to play this. I can't play this if Beta Ray Bill's in my hand. If this is in my hand, I can play nothing else.
Yeah, that's fine. It's worth it.
There are things called setup turns. You got to take an off turn every now and again, Oscar. You should know this.
It's fine. I don't know why you're complaining about it. It's an A.
It is bottom of the barrel A. Like Call of Aid is right here.
Yeah.
So like, what I'm hearing,
it's not a bad card. It's very specific on where it goes.
Because is it the 6 cost that bothers you?
It is the 6 cost. It is. You cannot play this unless you have it plus a resource card in your hand, and you're an alter ego.
Nope,
you don't need to be an alter ego.
You just run Helicarrier and you have Quinn Carrier. You have X-Jet. Whatever. It takes setup to use, but it's fine. It's good.
So it's taxpayers' dollars. Just accept it.
It's good when you can get it when you need it, and there's only one hero that can use it properly.
It's almost like she's a shield agent.
Call for backup.
Call for backup is my card because it's a size game, and I have to include size games when I see them. When I think about them, this is a 1 cost size game. It comes in with 3 threat per player, and when defeated, each player may search their deck and discard for an ally and put it into play for free. In solo, this is absolutely incredible since it lets you search and get out exactly what you need. In multiplayer, it takes a little bit of work to pop, but everyone gets to play an ally for free. It's if you happen to only be running 1 ally and it's in your hand, maybe you should have communicated better and told your people, can we wait till my turn to pop this? But otherwise, it's just good. the fact that you could, search for exactly what you need, whether you've already played it, it's called Field, or you hadn't drawn it yet. It's not hard to work around, and it's totally worth the effort to pop in multiplayer. So I think it's low S because you're playing allies for free. It is cheaper than the Cersei, and it does the same thing as Cersei.
And you can search deck and discard.
You don't have to have it in your hand. You can't have it in your hand.
Yeah, but you have more cards not in your hand than in your hand. So technically, this is better than Cersei.
It is better than Cersei. That's why I say it's low S.
Yeah, I think it's low S. I think I think it's just a card that you can include. I don't think you have to have it.
I think if you're running leadership, you should probably include a copy of it, just to give yourself a little bit of safety net. But like, you don't have to. You're not going to be missing anything. It's just a useful piece of your kit.
It's S. Like that's why I see it. I think it's above Command Team. It's above Make the Call. Yeah, but it's below some of the more straightforward, here you go kind of cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm kind of happy with everything is.
And I would like to point out, I called my list being all S's except for one, which I was like, this is my niche pick.
Solid little gig.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we all had 2 of them. David, did you have Mission Leader on yours?
Did I what on mine?
Mission Leader.
Yeah,
that was me.
Mission Leader's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all 3 of us had Maria Hill and Mission Leader.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Maria Hill was going to be a given.
Yeah.
Can't not be her.
I was surprised by M being higher up than what I thought she would be. But like, the more I think about her, the better she gets.
She's so good. She's so good.
Well, her and Beta Ray Bill are just inverses of what each other are. Beta Ray Bill will take out small things and get threat off. M is there to get threat off and take care of one thing and then get an attack out. They end up being somewhat similar, but in different ways. I find that interesting. But yeah, I'm pretty confident with this list. I like it.
Yeah, I don't think anything needs to move in this. So this is a pretty good one, I think.
I've been wanting to get my hand on Hunan and Munin since I've seen it, but we don't have it yet on tabletop.
We do.
Do we?
Yeah.
So it's just Marvel CDB that's being weird then, and it's not on there. Like the image.
Right. Yeah, it shouldn't have the image attached to it yet, but it is on Marvel CDB. No, it is on Tabletop 7.
And then we have the regroup being up a little higher than I expected, but the more I think about regroup, the better it got, and the worse Make the Call got. Like, once you start comparing the cards beside each other, you're like, wait a minute. I've been misvaluing this a little bit. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Do y'all want to go to our next thing?
Yeah, I do need to do one thing, then I'll be right back.
Okay. So, Luke, what cards in leadership do you want to try that you saw on here that you weren't thinking about?
Personally, I really want to explore the sidekick cards because, like, when I was looking through the cards and I realized just like how many sidekick cards there are, I think it'd be a fun little archetype to just to try out.
Sidekick cards?
Well, yeah, like
are there more sidekicks? Okay, I thought these were the only 2 sidekick cards. Am I wrong?
I don't think I'm talking out my ass. I think there's more than one duo type cards. How can I find them quick enough before David gets here and corrects me? I don't know actually, but
there's only 2 cards that say sidekick. I think you're talking out your ass. Yeah, I think you're thinking about something else, probably.
I might be talking about something else.
There's the signature.
Maybe it's Alliance I'm talking about then.
Now, Alliance is something cool, but I don't think there's a lot of Alliance.
I'm talking out my ass again. I gotta find one.
Well, I typed in.
I need to write notes.
It's fine. We'll find it. Yeah, there's a lot of alliance cards. I think there's like what it looks like 2 to 4 of each one. There's a basic one called Cosmic Alliance. It's a 3 cost your action. Choose an Avenger and a Guardian. Ready those characters. Was there any specific ones? Because when it comes to alliances, leadership has a good bit of them. We just haven't talked about them really. We have 4 of them in leadership. You have like flying formation that readies up 3 aerials for 4,
Yeah.
joining forces, which is
Joining forces.
and that's putting stuff in their hand. And I know like, these are all cards we've talked about and we like. We just haven't got there.
Yeah, I think something like that. Have running some thematic decks.
And with Hunan and Munin, he was talking about strength and diversity, which was the new card, I think. It's an event that costs 2 per player. So it's 2 per player. So it would cost 6 in our games because we have 3 players typically. For each different trait on friendly characters you play in play, choose remove 1 threat from a scheme or deal 1 damage to a scheme. So Munin would be you pay 6, you get 3, but you're probably gonna have more than that. You're probably like 6 or 7. So it's an interesting one. If you say, "Hey, everybody play different things," then you're gonna need a lot.
Yeah. I just put together and played a Miss Marvel deck that can reliably hit 8 and maxes out at 13, I think.
It's the fact that that one actually costs 2 per player, though. That's the interesting thing. So it actually gets a lot worse than multiplayer.
Well, no, it has alliance, so you could ask other people to kind of help you.
It still
how's
gets
your
worse.
turn look? It could get better, but it gets harder to play in multiplayer.
Yeah, we were talking about just the different alliance cards. I didn't realize there were that many alliance. Like Serve and Protect.
Mhm.
And that's an X versus X-Men one. Then there's one yeah. Maybe we might do this. Maybe we might make an alliance deck. Some alliance decks.
I have an Adam Warlock Galactic Alliance deck that runs all 4 of the Avengers Guardian team ups. Oh no, 5 of them because there's a basic one as well.
Okay, I just saw Problem Solvers. It's a 4-cost alliance. Hero Thwart. He's also an Avenger character and a Guardian character. Remove X threat from each scheme where X is equal to the combined thwart of those characters.
Yeah.
That is a nutty thing.
Yes, it is.
Because you just stack them up with Peter Quill. Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And you just play an Avenger. And then Team Investigation I find to be an interesting one.
Yes.
It's 2 per player, then you remove 3 per player. It can nuke it. Literally, they're built to nuke side schemes. So that's interesting.
Yeah. It is even the odds one as well. Justice.
Even the odds is not.
Okay, I couldn't remember whether that was alliance or not.
Justice is Problem Solvers, Gunboat Diplomacy, and Team Investigation. Then Aggression has Combined Forces. That kind of sucks, actually.
Yeah, that one's not that great.
As one is pretty decent. Well, no.
In general, a lot of the early alliance cards are not great. It feels like they didn't quite hit their stride with alliance cards until
Later
X-Men
on.
X-Force ones.
Then you have Break Time, which is a pool card for 3 per player. Take a group break. Leave the table or read a comic book. When you come back to the game, deal 1 damage from every identity for every minute you took away from the game.
Yeah, and then there's that one.
And Cosmic Alliance.
I'm going to run that in a game, in a solo game one day, and just leave the camera on. Just leave the
Don't
game sitting there.
be that guy. All right.